how does the design process work at Christopher Ward? I heard something about there being a room with the next 2 or 3 years of designs in the room. Is that true?
Yes, I don't know where you've heard that, but yes, it is. I mean, well, I'm sure, like most brands, we're working way ahead. I mean, it doesn't, creating some of the products that we put out there, they don't happen overnight. So yeah, we're constantly working in years, in some cases years ahead, and so we're constantly analysing the market, constantly looking at things. And this is a group of people, not just the new product development team, although it's their core responsibility. Good ideas can come from anywhere, including our customers. So we're constantly collating information from everywhere we can about watches, the trends, what we think our interpretations of those trends could be, and they all over time get distilled into actual things that we might want to do. And once we have agreed that this is a direction that we, a watch that we want to, or whatever it might be that we want to think about putting into our collection, then there's a process by which we go through a refining of that idea into a final product, which then eventually gets launched into the collection. But it's staged. You've got prototyping stages. You've got 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional CAD designs to begin with, leading into 3D printed versions, leading into prototype samples, leading into final sign-off samples, leading into final production, and depending on the complexity of the watch, that can take anything from sort of 9 months to three years.
What collection are you most proud of?
Well, they're all like children to some extent, so I hesitate to upset any of them. But I think probably the 12.
I've got one on right now.
I saw that. I think the 12 is right now is just such an exceptional collection of watches in so many ways. It's exemplified by the launch only just over a week ago of the 12X, which contains our own Caliber SH21 movement, which is probably in some ways it's the watch we decided was going to be the watch that we celebrated our 20th anniversary and also the 10th anniversary of SH21 with. And I do think it represents the zenith of, if you'll forgive that pun, reflects the zenith of what we have achieved in many ways. Some would point to the Belcanto, and that's an amazing watch for different reasons. But as a collection, as an entity, I think the design, the level of care and attention to the details of the design, and then the finishing that matches what we asked for and wanted in that design, is at a level I think that I think I think the team can be justifiably proud of, and it's been seen in the response from the customer. They're absolutely in love with that collection. So, but things like the Trident, been with us a long time, and I think so many people come into our brand via the Trident collection, particularly these days the Trident Pro 300, which in many ways again was a collaboration with our customers. I mean, particularly the members of the forum who often are involved by invitation, and if we didn't invite them, they'd bloody well come in anyway. Have lots to say about our watches, and they gave us some really great steers on what they wanted in their perfect contemporary dive watch. And we listened to some of that and invested it into the Trident Pro 300, and it has been a phenomenon. So, as I think everything we've done sort of since 2015, 2016, I think really stacks.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I think there is a Christopher Ward handwriting that has emerged, something that is recognisably a Christopher Ward watch, which I don't think we had prior to that point. I think we had some nice products, but they were perhaps too derivative. We weren't confident enough or didn't have the skill set at the time to really create truly signature products, which the appointment of somebody like Adrian Buchman back in 2015, who was and still is one of the finest watch designers in the world, and now sits on our board, I'm pleased to say. He brought a level of expertise and thinking that we hadn't really had access to before, in terms of watch design. And since 2015, product after product, collection after collection has raised the bar. And that's entirely what we want to continue to do. We're never going to be completely satisfied.
Yeah.
We want to continue to push the boundaries of what's possible. For us, that's what gets us out of bed in the morning, and bring to the watch world and watch fans things that they never dreamt they could have at the sort of price points that we're able to deliver them at. So that's really our raison d'etre. That's why we get out in the morning. That's we foolishly want to have a Christopher Ward on everybody's wrist.
Soon.
Yeah, dead soon. The likelihood is of that happening is rather small, but it is noticeable that more and more you come across a Christopher Ward, and it's always still the biggest buzz ever to see somebody sporting a CW, and that's what makes me. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and that's what we want to do more and more of.